Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you happen to be watching this webinar on demand. It's John Terry with Vision Advisors. I want to thank you for jumping in and joining us as we have an opportunity to look at a brand new product today. You know, it's not often we get a chance to talk about a new and exciting opportunity, and this is one that I got excited about when I was at the Legacy IMO event in Phoenix in February of this year. We had a chance to take a look at this new product called IncomeMark. And if you're looking for an income solution, this is a very innovative story that will get your clients' attention. You know, especially in the market conditions that we're looking at right now, because as we're recording this, we're still in the middle of this coronavirus pandemic. We're still dealing with the situation that the markets have been up, down, sideways. And now that we're seeing some optimism and looking like we're bending this infection curve downward, the market's starting to move. And what an opportunity to get into an income play that will allow your clients to leverage that movement to their advantage. You know, I'm excited to have on the call with me our good friend, James Marco from Legacy Marketing Group. And we've had James on many times to talk about the unique, innovative solutions that come out of Legacy Marketing Group. Legacy is not an insurance carrier. They are a designer of unique proprietary products that fill a specific niche, need, or void in the marketplace. And as Legacy was looking forward, as they always do, into thinking, what is the next opportunity? This product is something they've been working on for a while, and I'm very excited for you to have an opportunity to see that. So without any further ado, James, I want to thank you for jumping on this call and giving us an opportunity to record this webinar on demand for our producers.
Thank you so much, Mr. Terry. Always a pleasure to be here. I obviously have something really bright and shiny to share. So feel free, John, to jump in when something grabs your interest. You always seem to point out or reiterate some of my points very, very well. As you can see by the product name, IncomeMark Select, and as John articulated, and you see it's a top choice for income. We built the product with the intent to be the #1 solve for income product, and I'll go through it fairly quickly. Call to action is to give Vision Advisors a call and just see how great our product is. They have some tools and some services you can utilize, I think, off their website, or if you give them a call. I want you to compare our product events against all my competitors. Use Annuity Rate Watch or whatever spreadsheets or third-party software. If you're looking to solve for income, well, we have a winner at Legacy. IncomeMark Select, a top choice for income. So let me go through that, and I'm going to be very transparent and candid. It's a performance-driven income rider, so it needs a couple of years of performance to achieve top of the spreadsheet status, if you will. Vision has other products that might fill the gap for that immediate type of SPIA income rider or a 1-year deferral. I'll just let you know where our sweet spot is. So I'm James Marco. I've been with Legacy for 11 years as an internal, as an external. But enough about me. I'm here to tell you about this great new product solution that has some extra solutions, buttons and whistles, income doublers that are very much a standout compared to my competitors. Emeritus is the carrier. As John mentioned, we don't have a rating. We're not a 100-year-old carrier. We partner with old carriers like Emeritus. Their birthday is this month. I think they're turning 133, if I recall right. But they're A+ strong, A excellent. We've had a sister product released with them, a guaranteed roll-up product. We've had a great track record with Emeritus on that product. So here's the new product in partnership with them. Their financials are awesome. If you want to get the updated strength and stability, you can get that from Vision. It's all good news. They're 100-year-old, older than you or your client, A-rated rock of the carrier. So the intent of this product was a solve for income product. And what we decided to do is when we looked at the market conditions out there, in today's interest rate environment, what do you think is a realistic fixed index annuity annualized rate of return after 10 years? Kind of surveyed at that IMO meeting John mentioned, and most hands went up for B. The expectation, it would be nice to get C, 8 to 9%. That would be lovely if you average that over 10 years. But if you looked at the 10-year treasury and more of a realistic range over time, maybe the 3, 4, or 5% return. And that's exactly where this product shines. It's performance-driven income rider. If it can get just like a 2, 3, or 4% type of return, anything more than that is great. But we don't need a 9% return to look good. We designed it surgically to really shine its brightest when getting a maybe 2.5%, 3.5%, 4%, the most realistic anticipated range of returns. So when we compare against apples to apples other products, I'm going to go through this quickly because you're going to want to run the live one on Annuity Rate Watch. It's going to prove how great the product is as you go through it. But on level payouts, so this is big for legacy. We have guaranteed payouts for life, but we also have increasing. We have 2 choices to be made when they trigger the income rider in 3 or 5 or in 10 years from now level. So an apples to apples comparison is against this Allianz 360 product that has increasing, that has level. You can trigger it sooner than 10 years. We simply blow it away. They have some annualized crediting rates in the 7 and 8% range. We're showing a 4%. Our 4% credited beats the output of their 7%. If we got more than 4%, it just cranks out a ton of income when getting a 3, 4, or 5% return. It's only when my competitors show they're running at 8.42 and we're running at half the rate where they might beat me by a smidge. I'll show you later, and an Annuity Rate Watch does a great job. You actually choose a assumed rate. We're using a lot of 3, 3.5, 4%, and you're going to see the cream rises to the top. This is a great level payout. The increasing payouts, it's even that much stronger across the board. Our increasing payouts are actually higher than many of my competitors' level payouts. It makes a ton of sense, especially for a client who's a little on the younger side. I'll show you some examples of that they might want to go with the inflation or increasing payouts. That's a new thing for legacy, so we're definitely going to be promoting that. Our goal is simple. We have great accumulation products. This product is also a good product for accumulation, but it's really, the intent was designed to spit out and generate as much income in a variety of scenarios that's guaranteed for life and can further inflate. So we want to be the best, to be very candid. We want to achieve payouts that consistently rank among the best or the industry highest when the product experiences a reasonable rate of return. It doesn't need to get 9% to look good. We can just get a little something out of it, a reasonable rate. We're going to be awesome. And we want to be your first stop for a 3 to 10 year deferral. I mentioned I have competitors who have products that fill in those early years, and Vision will tell you about those products. About 3 years of marination or 4 or 5, the little bit of performance, and there's a ton of market share. People are looking to trigger income 3+ years. We are going to nail it, whether if it's level, increasing, single joint, male, female. It's going to be top of the spreadsheet, maybe top, if not the top 2 or 3. It's really, really powerful income generating product. Mr. Terry, any add-ons before I kind of go in a little bit into the industry space and some of the what we're seeing in our space as far as income drivers and performance-driven income riders?
No, I think where you're going right here with this slide, talking about the fact that this is something we're seeing with our producers, is the fact that even though accumulation, we get asked for that a lot, we're noticing a trend back towards income-driven solutions for clients. This concern, this fear that they have about outliving their income is really, especially in this time that the market's gone down and many of them have seen their 401k become a 201k again, they're concerned about the fact that knowing they can only spend what they've saved, what can they save and how can they create a guaranteed income solution to maintain their lifestyle in retirement. So I'd love for you to just kind of jump into really talking about this a little bit more.
Sounds good. Yeah, I mean, in our space, looking at some of the reports, 6 out of 10 products have performance-driven income riders, and this is what the flavor, because they simply can produce more income with a little bit of performance. 8 out of 10 of those top sellers had income riders. So, John, I think you're right. We're hearing the same. The pendulum's coming back to solving for income, and people are worried about running out of money for all the things going on in the world. So, income products are selling. So we think if you want to compare ours against everybody, performance-driven, guaranteed roll-ups, all carriers, all ratings, everybody under the sun, you're going to find this is kind of a top cream of the crop income-producing solve for income product. So what do you want? Your agents, John, or what do you want for you agents watching the recording or live on us? You want a best in class. You want to give your clients, address their needs. You want a simple, streamlined story and a competitive advantage. Our competitive advantage is the best in class income. But addressing the client needs, I'm preaching to the choir, but this is really big, and clients don't like being sold to. They love to be educated, advised, and informed. So I want to give you some little nuggets I think you're going to like. Of course, if you look up the number one fear in retirement, it's running out of money, so we have guaranteed income for life. The offsetting inflation, this is when they choose this income rider in maybe 3 or 5 years. When they trigger it, they get this level payout or increasing option, which is not much less than level, kind of a no-brainer for people triggering income probably in their 60s or early 70s. I would think go for increasing. And then third is our doubler, not an English word, but it's the income that would double. Ours works via 2 out of 6 activities of daily living. It can help pay for home care, a solution. If you can orient the product as here's extra money to a part of a solution to maybe keep you at home for a number more years for home care versus going to the nursing home. The reason why I say that is a lot of my competitors will give you more when you're confined or go in a nursing home, and there's nothing wrong with that. Our product does that too. A monumental solution step in the right way would be is using this as a way to help pay for home care, maybe try to keep the client at home for a couple more years prior to going in the nursing home. That would be a solution. And if they're talking to you about their parents and what happened to them, well, you are definitely on your way in solution selling. The silent killer. So inflation, Tom Hegna calls a silent killer. If you get this objection, most clients are really on board and inflation is a hot button. But just in case, here's the textbook definition: a quantitative measure of the rate at which the average price level of goods and services in any economy increases over a period of time. Now, you might get historical rates of inflation and they fluctuate. There's some deflation. But if you get this, I've heard inflation, this says average inflation from 1990 to 2018, if you see my cursor, is around 2.5%. Well, if you're not feeling the impact, I think your clients or a lot of seniors do, or if they haven't yet, here's some eye-opening numbers on some basic costs of goods, and it really does impact a senior. As you see, eggs in 1990, top line here, 1990, 2018, here's a percentage increase. So basic goods, eggs, bananas, bread, this is definitely not in California. Same with the price of a gallon of gas in a new house. This is the national average. Here's what I want you to point out to, and I think you're going to find intriguing and your client might find eye-opening. Look at Medicare Part B. You tell me that inflation doesn't exist? Well, it does here. $28 a month in 1990, $135 a month in 2018. That's a 374% increase. If you run that out 26 more years, bottom line, that'd be like $641 a month. So inflation does exist very much, especially in healthcare costs. So increasing income might be a good idea. Again, they'll choose that. Our increase in income's almost as good as or better than many level incomes, and then it can ratchet up from there. But healthcare costs $3.5 trillion in 2017. That's a pretty big number, $6 trillion, and by 2027, inflation does exist, and it really does for somebody involved with their healthcare expenses. I think some of your clients may have an interest in having a guaranteed lifetime stream income that could ratchet up. As the product earns interest, it will ratchet up the income. Now, what you're going to like, I believe, is if you work in multiple states or just want to have a streamlined product, it's one product per state. There's one rate band. It's the same rates and caps. It's the same commission in every state. It's the same product. So it's a very streamlined product to do one thing really well is drive and produce the most income. The structure, it's all 10 years. I just got it in California on a 9-year chassis as well. But it's a no bonus product. Some of my competitors have bonuses and they put in the income base, and those products are good for income like right out of the chute. We want the no bonus product for our higher caps and rates to earn more over time. And by year 3 or 4, that's where the no bonus and the higher earnings potential from the uncapped higher par rates is going to spit out more income. And also, once you trigger income, earn more interest back in to ratchet that back further up to give you more inflation income. So it's a streamlined, no bonus product, really to drive the most income and ratchet it up. It's a pretty much a no-brainer. It's the best income rider product out there. I don't have the booster in my state. Booster is the ADL doubler. I'll give you the cost on those. Where you have the booster, you might want to give Vision a call and confirm it's in your state. Where I'm in California, I just have the best income rider with the best inflation adjustment. I don't have the extra booster. It's just my Department of Insurance. Real quick, without taking anything away from the product, we have the full 10% penalty free, a variety of bailouts and waivers. So we didn't remove client-friendly things to make the product spit out income. Spend 2 seconds on that. These are hot buttons I take for granted, but I don't have time to go into it. But we didn't take away a bunch of things off the product. There's not a bunch of bad news to find out. All good news there. The My Growth Income Rider, there's the charge, 95 bips, not a bad charge for that. Here's the secret sauce. So if you've been waiting for this, how do we spit out the most income? It's a 2% annual rate compounded for 10 years. Plus, it's one of those stacking, performance-driven or stacked on top of the guaranteed roll-up is this very aggressive 250% of the policy gains for up to 15 years. So you can wait 15 years or longer to trigger it. The real sweet spot's probably the 2% roll-up plus the stacking on it. Years 3 through 10, I would say, is going to really hit it. Year 11 and 12 would be fine. You just lost a little bit of this compounding roll-up. This is the secret sauce. I have competitors that have higher roll-ups here, but they do 100% of policy gains. We are aggressive on the gains in the contract, get a high booster. That creates the income base, and it generates the most income after about year 3. You could trigger it after 1 year, so it's a 1 year to wait to trigger the income. Things happen. Maybe you need to trigger it sooner. That's fine. You got to be 50 years old. And then you choose your level or increasing. Now, the My Growth with Booster, again, call Vision where you have it. This is an all-in cost. It's only 10 bips more, so you have the income doubler, we like to call it. And this is a standout. Everything you're about to hear is better, sooner, and longer in the way you want to hear it. So it works off of activities, daily living. Doesn't work off of confinement like a lot of my competitors. You have to be confined for months with some of those. This is just ADL driven. It would double for a singular joint. Whatever income we have or we want to trigger, if we haven't yet, it's going to trigger or double that income. A single or a joint annuitant, it doubles it across the board. That's kind of a standout. Some carriers don't give you a true doubler for joint annuitants. We continue that double payment as long as the 2 out of 6 are still off. They still can't do at least 2 out of 6. Or until the accumulation value reduces to 0. John might reiterate this, but what this means is it could last longer than 5 years. We do not have a 5-year limit. We have it until it hits 0 limit. So if your client waits for their health to decline and they trigger this income rider and doubler, and we got a lot of money in there, this could last 7 or 8 or 9 or longer years. So it could last longer. Booster benefit may be exercised once by each person. He uses it, passes away. She's got it now. She uses it. It's not a quadrupler. It's just a doubler. But this is unique. Each person can get it, and it's only a 2-year wait. And that's the big standout right there. A lot of my competitors, it's a 5-year wait. So it's available sooner. It can last longer. It's available for more people for more times. I'll move on, but just as you can tell across the board, our booster compared to the competitors out there, sooner, better, longer, it's exactly what you're looking for. It's just a 2-year wait for the doubler, 1-year wait for that. We're going to promote, and we want you to piggyback on our Care Anywhere, allows clients to receive care at home. I mean, put yourself in the client's shoes. If you get to find a solution to maybe have some money to help pay for some home care to keep you at home for months, if not years longer, well, absolutely, that would be something of great interest. Only 10 bips more. And I'm going to try to wrap it up here real quick. These competitive advantages, quick story. We smash everybody. When you take a 4% growth like annuity rate watch, so look alive, John, it's coming back to you here in a minute. Even when you look at the B-rated carriers, here's this flagship product from Nassau. It's even the guaranteed roll-ups, the B-rated carriers, 3 years into it, we are neck and neck. A little bit more of a rate, we would beat them, but we simply take over the space, the spreadsheet. By year 3, 4, and 5, and the 10, we produce the most income. If that's what you're looking for, and there's a lot of people who need to solve for income, who's going to give me the most income when I retire in 3 to 5 to 8 to 10 years? Well, you're looking at it. IncomeMark Select was just released a couple weeks ago. You might be looking at a recording. Run Annuity Rate Watch. I want to encourage you to give Vision a call so you can look, and it will just prove how great our product's going to be. Top of the spreadsheet, and then all good news. If you have the booster or doubler, it's available sooner, longer, better. It just is a great income producing all-around product from an A-rated rock of a carrier. Actually, John, I'm just going to mention the indices, but I want to flip it back to you, John. We have a sister product with this BNP index. It did 8.76 last year. People had par rates uncapped that made more and less around 8%. Pretty good in today's interest rate environment. We have that on our new product and a new U.S. Innovative Leaders. To give the 1 minute introduction, it's an index annuity that's performance driven. So I want you to look further into this. I'm not going to spend a whole time selling you on this new index, but we got 8.79 on this index from last year. Here's the next new generation from BNP and Legacy. It's a very forward-looking index. I'm not really giving it its love here, but I want you to look at kind of the numbers it generate. It's just another good uncapped index that we've had great success with BNP. We got great results last year. We're looking forward to it, and I just want to call it forward-looking. It's really a basket of sauce for well-known companies and innovation and technology. Amazon, Adobe, Disney, these are recognizable names. There's a host of resources on the index and the backcasting, and I just want to leave you with that. When you go to the website, it's client friendly. There's a 3-minute video. You and or the client can watch it. There's the historical, there's a fact sheet, there's a big brochure, there's a small brochure, there's a variety of information. It's this website right here. It's in our insert. You can hyperlink, or if you get the insert, it's a great resource to tell you about this new index. So we're hoping where your focus will be for 2020 will be at the top of the spreadsheet, kind of like term life insurance. You see the top couple and everything else below is kind of a blur. So we think we've done an amazing job with a great solve for income as your top choice for income. So with that, Mr. Terry, those are some of the pillars we've covered. Let me throw it back to you for a little wrap up.
Hey, James, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, as you're listening to this, I'm sure you've got some questions. Does this solution work for my client? Well, we have Annuity Rate Watch on our website, visionadvisorsinc.com. Simply go to visionadvisorsinc.com, click on Annuity Tools, and you can log right into our Annuity Rate Watch tool, and you can run a comparative illustration of IncomeMark versus any other product in the fixed indexed annuity universe. So you can compare for yourself and actually see how this product performs in real time. One of the things I like about this solution is you don't have to have a tremendous rate of return on the product to get outstanding results for your clients. I look at some of the other players that are in this stacked or performance-driven income space, and if they don't hit a home run every single time you get up to bat, their products don't perform as well as what we see with IncomeMark. There's some amazing potential here, and I would encourage you to take a look at this if you're looking for a performance-driven solution. We here at Vision welcome any opportunity to earn your business, and having a chance to look at this new product is no exception. You can give us a call today at 1-800-505-8489. That's 1-800-505-8489, and let us show you the power of IncomeMark. Mr. Marco, thank you for being with us, my friend.
Thank you, Mr. Terry. Take care.